Hey guys, I'm Justin Czar with bowhunting.com, the Bowhunter Guy web show. I'm here to give you an in-depth look at the brand new for 2016 Mathews Halon. Now, if you guys are archery enthusiasts and you're on the internet, I'm sure by now you know this bow was released earlier this week. Everybody knows the specs on it, but what I wanted to do was kind of just take some time to walk you through all the individual features and improvements they made on this bow for this year. So, you know, the first thing that people are going to notice when they look at this bow is that there's been a pretty radical departure in the riser design that we've seen from Mathews in the last couple of years. The GeoGrid riser is now gone. It's been replaced with a new riser design that actually features these dual bridges. What you're going to see is these cutouts, these bridge cutouts, both on the top as well as the bottom of the riser. What that's going to do is actually make this particular riser stronger and more stable, which allows it to accommodate this large and very powerful cam system. Now, of course, that's what everybody wants to talk about, right? The cam system, what powers the bow. So what we're looking at here is the brand new Crosscentric cam system. Ultimately, what this is kind of a hybrid between the dual cam monster system that we've had for years and the no cam system that came out last year. And the reason I say that is because if you were to look at these cams, they call them cross-centric because the majority of this cam is actually a concentric wheel. So if you were to complete this from basically this point to this point around, you'd have a perfectly concentric circular wheel with the axle in the middle. Same with the other side. Now what that means is that when you're drawing this bow back, these cams are going to let that string out, or they're going to pay that string out at the exact same rate, and this cam isn't rising and falling, which gives you those humps in your draw cycle that many people are used to. So you've got the partially concentric cam. Now this portion here that if you could say it's cut off or it's purposely shaped this way, what this is going to do is allow you to pick up a little bit extra speed over that no cam system that we had last year. These particular Halon bows are available in 3 different models: a 5-inch, 6-inch, and 7-inch brace height. The 5-inch brace height bow is actually going to shoot up to 353 feet per second. So for you guys that are looking for the ultimate in speed, that 5-inch brace height is definitely for you. Personally, I'm shooting the 6 right in the middle. It's going to fall somewhere in the 340s, and then the 7-inch is going to fall in the 330 feet per second range. Now the 7-inch brace height is going to give you a little bit more forgiveness. I know that's the bow that Todd is looking forward to shooting this year. You know, back to the cam system, it is featuring the ABS technology that the Monster Series bows has in them. So you're going to see these 2 wheels on the side. These are vectored wheels, which basically what that means is the axle doesn't run through the direct center of the wheel. It's actually offset. So that wheel there on your cables is going to rise and fall, and that's what creates a lot of the power for the system when you draw the bow back. The other thing you're going to notice visually when you look at this bow is that the limbs are considerably shorter and wider than we've seen in previous systems. Now the reason for that is they wanted to make them stronger. This is a very powerful cam system, produces a lot of energy when you draw this bow back. They needed limbs that were going to be able to accommodate that. So these wide limbs are torsionally stronger than the narrow limbs we had before. What that means is when you go to full draw, these limbs aren't going to flex from side to side. They're going to be very stable, very rigid, which means very accurate. The other thing you're going to notice for this year is a new camo option. We've got the Lost XD camo pattern on this particular bow. It's a little bit lighter of a pattern than the original Lost camo, so that's a new one for this year. We've also got a new grip. The grip is what they're calling the Flatback grip. It's very similar to the Focus in overall feel and the look. You've got this wood inlay inside of the rubber grip, but the back is now completely flat. What that's going to allow you to do is get a little bit more consistent grip, especially when you've got gloves on in a hunting situation. As we're all familiar with the Mathews bows, we've got the harmonic dampener, a harmonic stabilizer in your bows. Now these are interchangeable. You can flip-flop them if you want the stabilizer on the top and the dampener on the bottom. You can run with 2 dampeners, 2 stabilizers. You can replace your grommets out, whatever color combination you guys like to have. This bow also has dual draw stops on it, so you've got a draw stop both on the top as well as on the bottom. So what that's going to do is create a rock solid back wall. So when you draw this particular bow back, it's extremely stable at full draw, which is really what leads to accuracy. The bow itself weighs 4.5 pounds. That's the total weight without any accessories on it. And I know I've seen a lot of guys on the forums or on Facebook who are complaining about the weight, but I'm telling you what, guys, if you're worried about a couple of ounces in your bow, especially if you're a Midwest hunter and we're not, packing 10 miles up a mountain to go chase elk, I mean, you got bigger problems to worry about if you're worried about a couple ounces. I personally prefer a heavier bow simply because they're a little bit more stable at full draw. They're also usually a little bit quieter because they have more mass to absorb some of that energy when you shoot the bow. So this is the new bow for this year. I've got mine all decked out. We've got an HHA Optimizer Kingpin and an NAP Apache Rest on here. So we're gonna fire a couple of arrows through this bad boy and let you see and hear how it shoots. So let's check that out. Well guys, there you have it, the all new for 2016 Mathews Halon. As I said earlier, it's available in 3 different brace heights, 5, 6, and 7 inches. The bow itself is 30 inches axle to axle, shoots up to 353 feet per second at the 5-inch brace height model. We've got an all new bridged riser design for this year, an all new cross-centric cam system with new limbs and a new camo finish. So, for Mathews, this bow is all new for this year. And if you guys are in the market for a new bow, I think you owe it to yourself to visit your local Mathews retailer, shoot this bow, see what you think. I have a feeling you'll probably be leaving the shop after you've ordered one of these.